What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about, is the Mach 1 just an overpriced GT or is it worth the extra money? I've gotten this question quite a few times, to be honest. I've gotten like, hey Hector, like why don't you just get a regular GT? Like the price difference is crazy. Or what's the difference between the Mach 1? Like it still has the 5.0 engine, the same 10 speed, like stuff like that. So let's say you're looking at a regular GT, but fully loaded, which is premium, performance pack, 401A. And let's say you want low miles like this one. This one came with 27,000 miles. I live in California, so for a car like that, fully loaded regular GT, that's gonna cost you about $35,000 to $40,000 to get into one of those. And the reason I'm comparing it to a fully loaded regular GT is because it doesn't matter what kind of Mach 1 you get, they're all gonna be fully loaded. My Mach 1 in specific, I paid $49,000 for it, and it has the handling package and it's fully optioned out except for the Recaros. So let's say you got the killer deal on your regular GT fully loaded and you got it for $35,000, okay? So you paid $35,000 for a fully loaded GT and I paid $49,000 for my Mach 1 handling pack. Here are the things that the fully loaded GT does not have and things that you'll probably upgrade on your regular GT that you won't need to on the Mach 1. So to start off, you're gonna have engine cooler, transmission cooler, rear diff cooler. So cooling on this car is mint. You are going to have a magnetic ride suspension that is tuned like the GT350. On a regular GT, you're most likely gonna change the rim and tire setup because you can't really go that wide on a regular GT, and the wheels on a regular GT aren't that aggressive. But on the Mach 1, these wheels, you don't really need aftermarket wheels because they already come extremely wide. These come factory with a 305 in the front and a 315 in the rear. So you don't have to spend on springs because it already has the magnetic ride suspension. It already sits pretty. You don't have to worry about the whole spacer stuff. So you're saving money on wheels and tires. You're saving money on upgrading your suspension. I have never seen a GT owner, regular GT owner, not make modifications to their front end. So don't lie. If you got a regular GT, you're most likely gonna change out lips, you're gonna change out the grille, you might even change out the whole bumper. But with the Mach 1, it already has everything done, so you're saving money on the whole front end. Same goes for the rear. On a regular GT fully loaded, you might have a wing, but it may not be an aggressive wing. With this one, you're already saving money on the wing. It even comes with the gurney flap. It already has a GT500 style diffuser. It has huge exhaust tips, and the axle back on the Mach 1 is unique just to the Mach 1. So realistically, you could just throw on long tube headers and run the factory cap back, and you don't have to worry about getting Corsas or Borlas because this thing sounds amazing. And as for under the hood, you're already saving money because this car already has a GT350 intake manifold, GT350 throttle body, and a GT350 cold air intake. And on the factory tune that comes on these Mach 1s, you could rev out to 7,500 RPM. You're making 480 horsepower stock. That's what the Gen 4s, the new Coyotes, are making. The way the 10-speed is tuned and like the shift points on the Mach 1, it is different than a regular GT because I've driven both. And then obviously if you get the manual version of the Mach 1, it's gonna be the same one as the GT350. So pretty much everything that I just named, let's recap real quick. You're saving money on wheels and tires because they already come wide. You're saving money on spending on suspension because it already has magnetic ride suspension tuned like the GT350. You're saving money on making adjustments to the front end, whether it's lips, just the grille, or the full bumper. You're saving money on adding stuff to the rear because it's already done. Engine already comes a little bit more spicy from factory with a higher red line, a little bit different on the factory tune. And we all know parts are expensive and labor is expensive. So imagine changing all that out and having to pay labor. The bill will add up extremely fast. Me personally, everything that I named, I would have changed out on the regular GT. Every single thing, the front, the back, the wheels, the suspension, engine mods, exhaust, that's like mandatory. I would have not liked the regular GT from just out the box. Those things would bug me until I switched them out. Everybody is different. Obviously, not everybody would do the same changes, but for me personally, that is why the Mach 1 was just a better option because it literally already has everything that I would have wanted to do done right out of the gate. If I wanted to change out the catback alone on a valved setup, you're literally talking about almost $3,000 for like a Corsa or a Borla. So literally just in that, $3,000 already saved. Whenever I do add long tube headers, it's gonna be paired up perfectly with the Mach 1 factory catback. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much how I saw it on why, to me personally, the Mach 1 is worth the extra money, just because everything that I would have changed is already done. I was doing the math on like the wheels that I would want, the exhaust that I would want, suspension stuff, and it was cheaper to buy it all just done like this than me doing it myself. I did the math, did my calculations, and it was, I don't even want to talk about prices on these parts. And then if you care about a car that holds value better, this is obviously going to hold value better. It's a Mach 1. They're not as common as a regular GT. So if you care about all that stuff, this will for sure, I guess, stick out a little more. I hope this video helps anybody out there in the market for either a Mach 1, regular GT. They want to know the differences between the two. So take it from someone that owns the Mach 1. I personally think it is worth it. I was also shopping for just a regular GT when I was in the market, and there was like a 22 California special that I was looking at. That one was $39,500. And there was also a fully loaded GT, non-California special, just premium performance pack 401A. And I think they wanted like $37,000 for that one. So that's when I started doing the math on everything that I want to add to it. And literally with just wheels and tires and exhaust, I was already up like $43,000 because literally the prices are crazy on these new Gen Coyotes. That's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hopefully I cleared that up because I do get that question a lot. Hopefully this helps somebody that's in the market for a Coyote Gen 3. Questions about the Mach 1. Hopefully I answered all that for you. If there's something that I missed, leave a comment, or if you have another question that I didn't answer on this video, leave a comment and I'll for sure answer it. But other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.